Welcome to an evening in my kitchen. The small children are in bed and I'm going to get a few things done. Before I get going doing anything else, I'm getting this bread that is slightly over fermented into some banneton baskets and into the fridge so that I can bake it tomorrow. For me, motherhood has become about serving my family. For a long time, I didn't understand this, and I felt resentful towards my children and my husband for all the work I had to do. A few years ago, I had a radical change of perspective, and I began to see the value in the work I did in the home. So tonight, instead of feeling miserable that I'm not vegging out on the sofa, I'm getting some things done in the kitchen that will help me and my family over the next few days. You can probably tell, but I'm not a believer in perfection. I think that it easily leads to burnout and putting more emphasis on what others think rather than what is actually important. But I do have two fundamental beliefs that motivate me to continue my work, even when I'm tired on an evening like this one. The first is that I believe that providing nutritious food for my family is one of the most important things I can do for them. It helps them to grow, to be healthy, and I'm convinced it also helps them mentally, especially with concentration. For our family, this part of my job as a mum is maybe even more important since I can't rely on any ready-made food. Two of my children have multiple food allergies, which, while they are improving, are still very restrictive. I'm hoping to do a video about our health journey as a family later this year, so if you're interested, keep your eye out for that. In this scene, you can see me putting up a dinner for my son that's been out at sport all evening. I want him to have a protein-rich, healthy dinner for when he comes home. In this video, you're going to see me make several different things that are just going to help me to be prepared for making nutritious food over the next few days. The second belief that I have is that having a clean and tidy but not perfect space helps us to think more clearly and reduces stress. Now, honestly, I may be the only one in my family that feels like this, but even if that's the case, it's still worth doing because I feel less stressed and I can serve my family better. In these scenes, you can see me tidying up after a family meal, so there's lots of pots and pans that need to be washed, things that need to be put away that I've been using over the course of the day, and of course all of the plates and dishes and cups and glasses to be put in the dishwasher. Now I'm watching this footage and realising that my dishwasher was so full even before we'd finished the meal, and that's something that I'm really trying to work on over the past few weeks, is to make sure that I'm running the dishwasher throughout the day so that it's empty when it comes to the evening meal, and I can make sure that everything fits in there without having to overload it. I find that a dishwasher works a lot better when it's not overfull, and it also works better when you put it on straight after the meal. So I'm not worrying so much about making sure that it's full before I run it, but I'm running it pretty much systematically after every meal. Like I said earlier, I don't aim for perfection, far from it. I aim to be good enough, to give my family the best I can. Sometimes this might mean doing nothing at all. The best thing I can do for my family is to get some rest. Those nights, this video wouldn't happen. All of these things that I'm doing don't get done. But the next day, I'm refreshed and ready to get back to work. I often find myself not being able to put away my shopping when I first pick it up. I do a click and collect usually. And on this particular day, I didn't have time to put it away at all until the evening came round. So that's what I'm doing now. And I'm also washing all of these vegetables. I'm using the Cross Legacies method. So I'm washing them in water with a little bit of vinegar, and then I'm letting them air dry on these tea towels overnight, so they're nice and dry in the morning. I can put them in glass Tupperwares and they will keep in the fridge really nicely. I like to do shopping just once a week, but that means I have a whole lot of fruit and veg to put away. But that's fine. With this method, they keep really nicely in the fridge. The next thing I'm doing is getting my water kefir ready for its second fermentation. So I do a first fermentation with the kefir grains, apricots, lemon, and sugar and water, and then I ferment it a second time, usually with grape juice, and this gives us a delicious fizzy drink that we all really enjoy, and that's really good for us. like to give myself something to look forward to when I'm doing these long evenings of work in the kitchen. So I'm popping out into my little courtyard garden to pick some herbs to make some herbal tea. For when I've finished, I'll be able to sit down and enjoy that and put my feet up a little bit. Now you might be wondering why I am doing all of these jobs on my own. Well, truthfully, the answer is mostly because I'm filming and my family isn't necessarily interested in being on YouTube, which I respect. However, they are doing other things in the background. My husband is folding laundry upstairs and my daughter is putting the younger children to bed. My teenage son is at swimming practice and he'll be back later, so that's why I've put him up a dinner that's waiting for him on the table. Asking for help is so important, and it's even better when you have a routine so that everybody chips in without you having to ask. In our family, we have struggled with chore charts for many years, but I have found two solutions that have actually worked in different seasons. The first solution was to do a chore rotation through the week according to everyone's timetables, availabilities, and of course their age and ability. This worked really well when the children were slightly younger. But today my daughter works until quite late, my son swims every night, and the two younger children are ready for bed immediately when dinner is over. So in this season, what is working for us is that everyone has one or two jobs that they do every day without fail. There is no discussion, and I rarely even need to remind them that it needs to be done. The jobs include emptying the dishwasher, taking out the rubbish, cleaning the kitchen after meals, and putting the younger children to bed. My daughter especially enjoys doing this. Of course, I ask for help with other things too, but when these things are done systematically, I find that my day goes a lot better. But the biggest help that I have found when it comes to encouraging my family to participate in household chores is leading by example. I've noticed that when I'm grumpy about chores, and believe me, I often am, it doesn't exactly motivate the rest of the family to get involved either. I'm learning that my attitude really sets the tone even when I don't get it right. Now, again, I am not perfect at all. I have days or even weeks when I'm annoyed at everything that needs to be done, and I am way more grumbling than gracious. So I'm speaking to myself here. I need the reminder that my attitude is the thing that will teach my children the most. Not a chore chart, not a reward system, although they can be great tools, but my own attitude towards my own work. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video that is a bit different from my normal content. I hope it encouraged you to keep going even when you're tired. Mums, if no one's told you lately, there's so much value in what we do, even when it feels unseen. Leave me a heart in the comments if you resonated with this video, and don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time for some more homemade food from scratch, allergy-friendly meal ideas, and lots of sourdough. Bye!